soon see a message. Yes, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras. Guten Abend, good evening, buonasera, buenas noches, konnichiwa, xin chao, ni hao, annyeong, yo, es steht Kovanok, good dag, dobre večer, and that's it for the moment regarding this all-international introduction. We got Pomi and he is playing against Nerchio. It is the quarterfinals, the first game of tonight's CraftCup. Number 27, the prize for tonight is a $50, and we got a little bit of lag here, and the lag is quite bad actually. Do I have any programs running? No, I do not. And there is Toxic was the lagger, so now no lag anymore, and he is out right now. So we got Pomi spawning here as the yellow Protoss player in the top right position, and the bottom left position we got our friend Nerchio. He is a member of the French team AAA. He is playing as Zerg, so he's EVP here on Blistering Sands, and I played quite a lot of ZVPs or PVZs as well as a Protoss player against a Zerg player, and I experimented quite a lot. And for the moment, my personal decision is to go for what works best for me. I'm 2,600, 2,700 diamond, so it's still hundreds and hundreds of people better than me. But I played quite some games there, and my personal experience is that going for a 3-gate, 4-gate opening, and before you move out, just get a bunch of sentries so you can free up some minerals, start an expansion, and then move out with your 4-gate attack, and always apply pressure, force him to make spine crawlers, force him to overproduce roaches, and force him to overproduce zerglings, and then get some probes up and running, throw down some additional gates, maybe add some DTs in the mix, and just play a 2-base Zerg versus a 2-base Protoss, which is quite effective. It was effective for me because when you're just going for some kind of a 4-gate all-inish 1-base play, you are not in that good of a position, and this drone is attacking the probe, and Pomi not paying attention. Nerchio was able to kill the probe here, so good job by this Predator probe here with a 1 kill. Now the Zealot is moving out, but the drone by Nerchio was absolutely aware of this. So as I was talking about, going for this 4-gate 1-base oriented play, it is very risky, because as soon as the Zerg player was able to hold off your first big push with a lot of roaches, speedlings, maybe 1 or 2 spine crawlers, and the natural his economic advantage is just too big that you can't get back into the game. Of course, fast expanding as a Protoss player on Blistering Sands, not the best idea, because if a Zerg player knows how to punish you, he will punish you, and I think Nerchio is a good enough player there. So I'm really curious where this is going, and indeed it will be the 4-gate by Pomi, at least for the moment. And the question now will be, will it be a 1-base 4-gate, or will he start a Nexus before he moves out to attack? Now there is Zergling coming in here, trying to move up the ramp, and will the Stalkers get the Zergling? No, the Zerglings will be in the base. No, just not yet. With the last second, Pomi was able with the Stalkers to kill the Zergling, so the Zergling only knows about those buildings here at the front. He does not know about those gateways which are here in the back of the mineral line of Pomi right now. So what is Nerchio doing? He's doing what every Zerg is doing in the PvZ on Blistering Sands. He's building a spine crawler at his natural. He's building a roach warren in his main base. He's mining gas out of 1 base. He's got enough gas on the bank, so no need for a second extractor just yet. There we see the first roaches in production, and we just need to wait until more lava pops off here of the rooftops of the hatchery. And now Pomi is moving out. He's got a 5 stalk account. He's got a single zealot. Do we see a creep tumor? Yes, he is a 1 creep tumor already. He needs to watch out for this creep tumor, but the Spine Crawler just finished in time for Nerchio. He's got his roaches as well. Now maybe Pomi might be going for an attack here at the Destructible Rocks. Meanwhile, there is a circling of Nerchio in the base of Pomi once again. This time he was successful getting in there. Pomi was not constantly blocking here the small area with his Zealot there. So now still an Overlord here. And Pomi has no idea about this Overlord, but the Overlord has an idea about the expansion. And this is what I was talking about, and I'm really happy and proud of myself, because I figured this out myself. I was playing one base 4 gate all the time, and it only worked 50% of the time. Then I decided to go, okay, I built 4 gates, I will get a shitload of units out, then I will go for the Nexus, and then I will open more sentries, more zealots, and go for an attack. And this is actually what Pomi is doing, and of course Pomi is by far the better player, and he's using absolutely the build I was talking about before this game started, so I'm really happy. What does Nerchio got? He got a shitload of Zerglings, got 22 Zerglings out, 10 more en route. Any upgrades coming up? Any +1? No, not just yet. He's attacking now the Destructible Rocks. Pomi is now moving out. Of course he needs to watch out, because all those Zerglings and the Roaches are there. It might get messy a little bit. 2 force fields are placed. How much energy on the sentries? Not enough to get more stuff going, but already so many roaches, and especially so many Zerglings, because the Zerglings can distract the Stalkers trying to go for a surround. Will they be able to get a surround? Yes, at least they will prevent the forces from Pomi to get back to his main base. And now most of the Zerglings are gone. Nerchio does gotta have how many? 9 roaches and 1 single Zerglings, but in the end I think this is too many Stalkers for him to handle. Pomi just needs to micro those Stalkers well, and he should maximum amount of units he will lose should be 1 or 2 Stalkers. Nerchio is still trying to kill more Stalkers, and there are 3 more Stalkers dying, and Nerchio is even sending in some more Zerglings there. Let's take a look at the HP bars, and there we see just 1 single Stalker with 1 HP left. She's already started to regenerate, and more roaches are down. So this was intense for just a moment. Pomi was able to, with nice calm unit control, to stay alive. We take a look at the harvester count for the moment. 28 probes against 29 drones. So Pomi was able to stay on 2 bases and 2 base toss against 2 base Zerg. The Protoss feels safe because he can act more cost efficient, for example. And it's not that the units are weaker of Nerchio in total if you compare the supply sizes, but the Protoss player and the Terran player compared to the Zerg player can make use more cost efficiently of their gate units. So 1 probe still here at the top. Does he warp in a pylon to warp in more stuff? So Pomi is currently on 5 gates at the moment. Yes, 5 gates it is. No, it's actually a 6 gate, so 2 base 6 gates, very common in a PvZ for a Protoss player. The Zerglings trying to get in here, getting a surround on the Stalkers, but now the Zerglings running away, and those 3 roaches will get picked off. But no, Nerchio Pomi decides not to watch out there for just a second. Now the Zerglings are in the natural of Pomi, and all those probes are in a lot of trouble. And I think Nerchio could have done one thing. He could have split up his units, and now all those Zerglings get surrounded by the Stalkers. And nice force fields here, all the Zerglings are dead. I mean, Nerchio, he had about 30 Zerglings. Just send 15 Zerglings here to the top, to the main base, send 15 Zerglings here to the natural, then micro a little bit, because there was no Zealot at this time. The Zerglings were marching in because all those gates were on cooldown. Pomi was not able to block this entrance here, so Nerchio could have done much more damage than he actually did. Now Zerglings moving up to the Zellnaga watchtower, taking out the pylon, but no, they are running away because they saw all those gate units here by Pomi. Nerchio cleared the Destructible Rocks. He got the hatchery at the top left gold expansion, but the question will be, will he be able to have enough units there in time, because Pomi is now going for an attack. The supply is pretty much the same, and now the Spine Crawler is attacking. The Roaches are attacking the Zerglings and the Queens, the drones as well. And now this Spine Crawler will go down, killed one unit in total, did a little bit more damage. Overlords flying over there, now flying away. Two Overlords already in the red. This is not looking good for Nerchio. Roach is trying to do more damage. Pomi is still microing. His stock is pretty good, and I think with more reinforcements, and there we see more reinforcements, Pomi should be able to take this game, this fight right here, right now, and he should be up a 1-0 against Nerchio, and there we see Nerchio just leaving the game. So Pomi up 1-0 here in this quarterfinals. And yes, Blistering Sands is a hard map as a Zerg player against the Protoss. I can tell you that. Protoss is very good, especially in PvT as well, but of course PvP is the cheese lottery on Blistering Sands. But yeah, so Pomi up 1-0 against Nerchio here. Best of 3 and Pomi 1, Nerchio still 0. And Lost Temple will be the next map. Nerchio always has interesting map choices. For example, he chooses to play as Steps of War, or on Lost Temple against a Terran player from time to time. And sometimes Nerchio is just not in the mood. He said, okay, I can't just leave right now, so let's make it quick, let's play on Lost Temple, and boom, out he goes. When Nerchio is not in the mood, he does not want to play, he plays like shit, he chooses shitty maps, but maybe he's got the secret master plan to just absolutely destroy Pomi right now. And then they decided not to stop the VODs, so the VODs available on my SC Streams account, or this VOD will be available on my YouTube account as well. Will be there as one big file, so not game 1, game 2, game 3 of the quarterfinals, but it will be just one quarterfinal series. Then we will have one semifinal and then one grand final series. Makes it a little bit more easy. So, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras, here we are back again. It is Nerchio, is playing against Pomi. Pomi spawning as the yellow Protoss player here at the 9 o'clock close positions, not close position, cross position, spawning at the 3 o'clock. We have Nerchio at the green Zerg, there we go, and yes, for those of you who didn't know this, this flower bug was fixed. So to all of you who doesn't have no idea what the flower bug actually is, because when the creep is spreading, every organic material just dies. For example, you see those little flower here, and if the flower here is there and the creep is spreading more and more, the flowers and the grass will just die. And if you're in the fog of war, and it looks like this. When here we have some flowers, before the patch there were some flowers, and now if there were no flowers at all, the opposing player knew, okay, my opponent is at this location because there are actually no flowers. But last night Blizzard did a hotfix on the map finally after 1 or 2 weeks, so there are still there are no more flowers left on the each main base, so we can check the fog of war here, we can check the fog of war here, and for example before this hotfix, here in this area were some flowers, and if you could just check the fog of war and you see no flowers there, you know, there is my opponent, Zerg player. So once again, all those spectators don't know how to shut the fuck up. I mean, it's very common. A stream a game is getting streamed, it's getting casted, there are casters in there, and what they do not want is some people chatting over there. So, by the way,